So out of all the things in the rather expansive list for discussion 5, the two things that stood out to me the most were items 3 and 5. Where item 3 talks about helping students practice and deepen their understanding and knowledge, and 5 talks about engaging students. And I think one of the interesting things that's come up in the places that I've worked the last couple of years is the advent of digital platforms to replace instruction. A lot of the textbook adoptions that I've been a part of lately have had options to purchase just e-books and non-traditional texts. So the students are actually typing in their answers, and if there's online calculations and things like that, the software provides those manipulatives to help the kids do the work. And I say that I think it's an interesting balancing act because a lot of times a teacher can just assign the same worksheets and units that they'd used in the past, and now not only do the kids get to use a computer, the software will also grade them. And so the idea of engaging students through the use of technology is more or less potentially the same thing as just here's your worksheet, go get that done. So keeping the students engaged is it's an important thing to monitor. How about that? And as a supervisor, a content coach, or a content specialist, I think that's a really delicate question, because some people will say, well, I'm using the materials and I'm engaging the students, we're using the computers and the iPads and everything. But it's really easy for kids to get lost in the shuffle when you're not actually interacting with them and talking to them about what they did or didn't understand. Not that every teacher would do that, but I have seen it happen in the past, and it is interesting to talk about. Now, one of the things I do love about the digital platform, and you have to forget the crude nature of figure 1.2 that I alluded to in my writing. This was from Marzano, and he talks about how you can see students improve on assessments for the same material as time goes on. And so one of the interesting and wonderful things about the digital platforms is that you can create a myriad of assessments, and the students can take them, and then they can actually see how they've progressed over time. And if you're in a spot where your tests are actually broken down by standards and not just 25 questions, but maybe 3 questions on standard 1, 3 questions on standard 2, and so forth, then the kids can actually go back and remediate the stuff that they actually needed instead of having to redo an entire test, which is both cumbersome for the kid and the teacher, especially when it comes down to making time for those assessments. So anyway, I hope everybody has a nice day, and I will respond to all of your stuff later. Bye-bye.